My name is James, and I spend way too much time thinking about personal finance and wealth building behavior. If you're someone who feels stuck living paycheck to paycheck, unable to grow savings or build net worth, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're breaking down 10 middle-class traps that quietly keep millions of hardworking people at zero net worth, not because they're irresponsible, but because no one ever explained the rules. And look, this isn't about blaming the middle class. This is about exposing the traps hidden inside it. Here's the thing. Most people believe this formula. Get a good job, buy a house, upgrade your lifestyle, and retire someday. Sounds safe, sounds responsible, but financially, it's outdated because the system changed and the advice didn't. Today, doing what you're supposed to do often keeps you broke. Let's start with trap number 1, confusing income with wealth. Here's what most people don't realize. Income does not equal wealth. Income is what comes in. Wealth is what stays. You can make $100,000 a year and still have a zero net worth. In fact, according to Federal Reserve data, nearly 40% of households earning over $75,000 live paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because income without asset accumulation is just expensive survival. If your paycheck stops and your life collapses, you're not wealthy, you're fragile. Trap number 2, lifestyle inflation. You get a raise, new car, better apartment, more subscriptions, nicer vacations, and suddenly your bank balance looks exactly the same as before. This is called lifestyle inflation. Let's do the math. You earn an extra $500 per month after taxes. Car upgrade, $350. Insurance increase, $80. Misc spending creep, $70. Raise, gone. Every dollar that could have built assets got converted into consumption. And here's the psychological trap. Your brain rewards visible upgrades more than invisible progress. A nicer car feels better than a higher net worth, even though only one of them actually changes your future. Trap number 3, buying depreciating status assets. Look, cars are not evil, but math doesn't care about emotion. The average new car costs around $48,000. Most people finance it. That means $700 to $900 monthly payment, plus insurance, plus maintenance, plus depreciation. After 5 years, though, the car is worth maybe $20,000. You spent $60,000 plus to own a $20,000 asset. That $40,000 difference, that's future wealth you traded for leather seats. Middle-class trap isn't buying cars. It's overbuying depreciating assets before owning appreciating ones. Trap number 4, thinking a house automatically makes you wealthy. Now this one triggers people, so listen carefully. A primary residence is not an investment. It's a forced savings account with maintenance fees. Yes, homeownership can help, but only if you buy below your means, you keep it long-term, and you don't constantly upgrade. What traps people is buying the maximum house the bank approves. Banks don't care about your future. They care about your monthly payment. A $500,000 house with 5% appreciation sounds good until you realize property taxes rise, insurance rises, repairs are constant, liquidity is zero. Your net worth looks higher on paper, but your cash flow gets crushed. That's how people become house rich, life poor. Trap number 5, thinking debt is normal because everyone has it. Here's the thing, normal is not safe. The average American household carries credit cards, car loans, student loans, buy now, pay later payments. Debt becomes background noise, but debt quietly taxes your future. Every dollar going to interest is a dollar that cannot compound. At 20% credit card interest, your money is running uphill with ankle weights. And compounding only works when you earn the interest, not the bank. Trap number 6, saving without investing. This one sounds responsible, and it's deadly. Saving alone does not build wealth. If your money earns 1 to 2% in savings, and inflation runs at 5 to 7%, you're losing purchasing power every year, guaranteed. $10,000 saved for 10 years at 6% inflation becomes about $5,500 in real value. You didn't spend it, you didn't waste it. Time took it. Saving protects money short-term. Investing protects it long-term. You need both, but not in equal amounts forever. Trap number 7, waiting to feel ready to invest. Now you might be thinking, James, I'll invest once I make more money. That's backwards. You don't invest because you're rich. You get rich because you invested early. Here's the math most people ignore. Invest $300 per month from age 25 to 35. Stop contributing entirely and let it compound until 65. You often beat someone who invests $300 from 35 to 65. Time beats effort. Waiting costs more than mistakes. Trap number 8, no clear net worth target. Most people don't know their net worth, their asset allocation, their long-term number. They just hope things improve. Hope is not a plan. Wealth grows when money has direction. Without targets, income leaks into lifestyle. With targets, income becomes a tool. If you don't tell your money where to go, it will leave. Trap number 9, depending only on one income stream. One job, one paycheck, one point of failure. That's extremely risky, even with a stable career. Layoffs don't ask permission. Industries change. AI replaces tasks. Inflation erodes raises. Multiple income streams don't mean hustle burnout. They mean optionality. Even an extra $300 to $500 per month invested consistently can become hundreds of thousands over time. Security doesn't come from employers. It comes from ownership. Trap number 10, never learning how money actually works. This is the biggest trap of all. Schools don't teach money. Families often can't, so people copy what they see. They work harder, not smarter. They optimize effort, not leverage. They chase salary instead of equity. They focus on budgeting instead of ownership. Here's what wealthy people understand. You do not get rich by saving money. You get rich by owning things that grow. This is where it gets really interesting. Most middle-class people are not bad with money. They're just following advice designed for a different economy. An economy where housing was cheap, college was affordable, pensions existed, inflation was lower. That world doesn't exist anymore, but the mindset does. Let's make this practical. Here's what actually breaks the zero net worth cycle. Track net worth quarterly. Not daily, not emotionally, objectively. Cap lifestyle growth. Raises buy assets first. Build assets before upgrades. Stocks versus cars. Equity versus aesthetics. Invest automatically. Emotion is the enemy of compounding. Learn basic investing. Index funds, time, consistency. You don't need brilliance, you need structure. I once met someone earning $55,000. No flashy lifestyle, old car, small apartment. 10 years later, though, over $600,000 net worth. Not from luck, from avoiding these traps. At the same time, I've met people earning twice that, still at zero. Same effort, different decisions. Look, the middle class isn't broken. The traps are just invisible. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. You don't need to earn a fortune. You don't need crypto luck or startup equity. You just need to stop bleeding progress through habits that feel normal. Because wealth isn't built by doing extraordinary things. It's built by avoiding the silent mistakes most people never question. If this video helped you recognize even one trap you're stuck in, hit the like button, subscribe for weekly financial clarity, and share this with someone who works hard but still feels stuck. You're not behind. You were just never shown the map. Now you have it.